35 years ago, I was asked to design and build a mobile computer cart. The computers were bigger back then. The computer used to sit here, the keyboard was there, the monitor was up here, and there's a little extra workspace right there. But before I could build it, I had to design it. I had to put the plans on paper. And so that's what this course is about. In Design 1010, we're going to learn how to put your ideas on paper. Well, the first thing that I did is make a rough sketch. I just quickly sketched out what I thought it would look like. I started thinking about how high the work surface would be above the floor, how big the compartment needed to be for the computer, and so on. So after I'd made a rough sketch, the next thing I had to do is make an orthographic drawing. The drawing that I'm showing you here is called an orthographic drawing. It's a top view, a front view, and an end view of our computer stand. You won't be making things this complicated, but just bear with me for a minute. I want to show you what I mean by a dimension line, an extension line, and I should explain what these dotted lines represent. If you look down on top of the computer stand, you can't see all the pieces of wood that are underneath. So dotted lines represent hidden lines. Now we want to show the sizes, the lengths, the heights, and so on. So between the top view and the front view is a dimension line. I can see that it's 49 inches from that end to that end. This little line, it's not part of the drawing, it's not part of the computer stand, it's an extension. And then the ends of our dimension line are on that extension line. We can see that the top is going to be 21 inches wide from that extension line to that extension line. Notice the extension line doesn't touch the drawing. So remember that word, orthographic. Drawings would show a top, a front, and an end view. And it doesn't matter if you're making your first simple little project, maybe a pencil box. We show a top view, a front view, and an end view. Or if you're making a whole house, they show a top view, that's the floor plan. They show a front view, that's called a front elevation, and an end elevation. So when we want to show the sizes of something, whether it's a pencil box or a computer cart or a house, we use orthographic drawings. Remember, top view, front view, end view. Always in that order, although sometimes a drawing is so big, like a house, we have to put the floor plan on one page and the elevations on another page. Sometimes, as I said, for bigger projects, we need to have, we can't always order it top, front, end, but that's the most common way of doing it. So after I made the orthographic drawing, then I made a cutting list. I just looked at the drawing and I saw that I'd made my legs 1 3/4 by 1 3/4 by 33.5 inches long. So I made a list of all of the pieces. Then I could go to the workshop and start cutting up the pieces. Well, actually, before I went to the workshop, I had to show my customer what the project would look like. So I made a little pictorial drawing, and there's different ways of making picture drawings. This one is called an oblique drawing. You'll be doing a few of those in this course. And you'll also be doing a few drawings that are sort of like this. They're called isometric drawings. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. I should tell you what I'd like you to do before next class. This is a fun little exercise. I'm going to give you some drawings. On Google Classroom, you can print out this page, or you can look at this page. There's odd little figures, and the ones in the top half are not quite as complicated than the ones in the bottom half. And what we ask you to do is match the drawings up there with the orthographic drawings down below. Now, the top 12 drawings here match the top 12 up here, but they only show a top view and a front view. When you get to the bottom of this page, where the drawings are the figures are a little bit more complicated, then you will have orthographic drawings, top, front, end, top, front, end. So what I would like you to do is say which drawing goes with which. So let's think of this one to begin with. You can see what the top looks like, little notches cut out of the corner. Which drawing on the top half down here matches it? Well, is it this one? No, because the corners stick out rather than are cut out. Which one could, oh, here's one. See how the corners are cut out there in the top view? And if you look at it from the front, there's two lines. So yes, A is number 10. And now you go on to number 2. Which drawing, I'm sorry, you go on to part B, and you say, well, which drawing down here matches, oh, I think the first one we looked at. See how this sticks out here? These stick out there. If you look at the front, you'd see the line. Oh yeah, so B is 4. So I'd like you to go through all 24 and match them, and then you can submit it on Google Classroom. That's a pretty easy exercise to begin with, isn't it?